What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck. Y'all, this Novatech thing, it's just like the plague that won't quit. So they were smart enough to post out a message. I told y'all, first of all, I told all of you all that little girl watched my videos. And secondly, I told you all that if she needed to, she would throw all of you underneath the bus if it means her not going to prison. It's almost, it's like being, you're caught in an abusive relationship. You got a cult leader that will sit here and put out messages attacking her own cult members and investors. It is puzzling to me. It's puzzling to me. And then to think that your dear cult leader still loves you so much. Oh, Lord. I'm going to read the latest message that, for some reason, she was smart enough to post. And just, I guess, thought was cute. Look, girl, where you at? I hope you paid this off. This is the Wisconsin cease order that you got. I hope you paid this. I hope you paid it. And I hope you are ready to present evidence to the court that you paid this by June 4th. I really hope you did that. Because they're not playing with you. This is the second cease order you've gotten from a state in the U.S. And then you got a cease order from a whole nother country. I really hope you paid this off. I hope you paid the fine. And I hope you're prepared to present evidence that you have made payments on this. If she has not done that, y'all, she in some deep trouble. And that's going to give you a clear picture of what's going on financially. A lot of you are not even getting money from this scam. Okay, it's a scam. Many of you not even getting money from it. And now she's got to June 4th to prove to the courts that she paid restitution and have that silver fine of $50,000 paid off. She posted up a message, or had somebody do it, because, you know, they so smart. So let me just read this, and then, you know, we're going to kind of remind you all of why they're a scam. Please be aware that only the back office in this channel has official news regarding our Novatech company. While we appreciate our members looking to calm the storm of false fear, most importantly, we don't want to create our own narratives that may spread misinformation that could be harming to our business. Harming or harmful? Girl. It is always our goal to enhance the business model with services that add volume to our program. We are also working tirelessly with leaders to remedy our current season of challenges. We will soon be entering our 5th year of service, which is unprecedented in our crypto space. Our crypto space, not the crypto space, our crypto space. Our success is rare because our success is real. Care. You told somebody to write this. In order for us to navigate successfully into these newly established, uncharted waters, we are going to need the continuous support and cooperation of all our members. We understand all of your frustrations because we also experience them at a different level. Just rest assured. Yes, God, you are. Yes, you are, the girl. Yes, you are experiencing them at a different level. We understand all of your frustrations because we also experience them at a different level. Just rest assured, as long as we work together and focus on the long-term vision of why you joined Novatech, not why it was created, but why you joined Novatech, We can surely find normalcy sooner than later. Your leadership team. Girl, who you approved to write this? Who you gave approval to write this? It has got to be the most comical and farcical nonsense that I've ever read or heard from a supposed CEO of clownery in all my life. First of all, I don't even know Novatech News Official. Where is that channel at? It's just like the only channel that's here. Just because you've existed for going on 5 years as a scam, Bernie Madoff pulled his scam off for over 20. That doesn't mean it's not a scam. It's a scam. You've just been going on for almost 5 years of a scam. Let's not forget either that these stupid Patreons started with AWS mining, and that was a scam as well. They're going from one scam to another scam, and they just won't stop. And the only way for them to stop is that they have to have legal issues now and stand before federal courts before federal judges in a federal court of law. That's the only way they're going to be stopped, because otherwise they're just going to go from one scam to another scam to another scam to another scam. Is it the concept of you not getting a real job? And this is coming from someone looking for a job. I refuse to scam someone simply because I need money. It's called get a job. That's what's so crazy to me. You're willing to scam money from people because you don't want to get a job. This is where we at. This is these lawsuits here. This is from the Wisconsin cease order. You've had to file bankruptcy twice. You owe $11,776. Your dumb husband owe $4,740. Y'all also owe on mortgages. You owe on other credit cards. You owe stuff. If you've had access to millions of dollars, why haven't you paid this debt? Why did you pay the $11,000 or the $4,000 y'all owe when you claim you've had access to millions? They still have not paid these debts. So you don't want to pay your debts in lawsuits that you've lost. But you're touting that you are a multi-million-dollar scam, basically, because I refuse to use the word company for me. I refuse to degrade the term company or to give Novatech any credence or, anything. I refuse. So you have money that you could have paid to lawsuits you've lost, to debt that you owe, with the millions of dollars that you allege you've come across. And yet still, you feel the need to sit here and take money from people in a scam, telling them that it's going towards the purchase of cryptocurrency that may not even exist. In our crypto, that means that they make cryptocurrencies up. Because you can do that. You can literally create your own little cryptocurrency or meme coins or fake coins or NFTs out of thin air on your phone or a laptop. You don't need a complex algorithm to put out fake crypto and meme coins. I literally looked up one of their cryptocurrencies that they claim to give to people as compensation. BTCHD is worth 8 pennies. Like that's not a joke. That is literal. And they have debt that they have not even paid off, but yet they've had access to millions of dollars. Let me tell you how some. First of all, I find it hilarious that the message itself is to the investors and the cult members. But she ain't talking to the SEC, the FTC, the FBI, the federal courts, the federal judge, me, any attorney, defense counsel. She ain't talking to none of us. Anybody that's basically said Novatech is a scam, read or showcased any of these cease orders, she ain't talking to none of us. She's talking to the investors and the cult members of Novatech. She telling y'all to shut the hell up. Girl, where the hell you at? You better be handling this stuff in Wisconsin. I ain't playing with you. Where the hell you at? I hope we get to some normalcy. Girl, please, when you get inmate number 5439218, whatever it's going to be, you get some normalcy, all right? Let me tell y'all something. When you go into the court of law, you can't go in there playing, talking about, oh, people just hating on me. That's not a legal excuse. It's not a defense. It's stupid. You're going to get laughed at. I keep telling you all, the people who promote it, it is what it is, the scam promoters. Because y'all got my message. Y'all got my official response. I'm not a cult member of this nonsense. I hate Novatech. It's a scam and they stupid. And they don't know how to quit. And it's not just Novatech being a scam. No, these dumb peons have gone from one Ponzi scam with AWS mining to another Ponzi scam with Novatech. They just scamming and scheming all day. They not doing anything else. They're not helping you make no money. Most of you will not get the money that you even invested in this. If you did invest your own money into it, most of you won't even get 30% of that back. And I'm telling you all, if this woman couldn't even pay her debts in 11 grand or $4,000, what makes you all think she gonna pay you all the money that you all put into this scam? For you so-called cult members and, you know, the ones that are sitting here talking about Novatech strong and everybody else weak and everybody else hating and all this other stuff, what makes you all think that if she can't pay her debt, she keep getting these cease orders, she can barely pay restitution to people, she got a $50,000 fine, what makes you all think that she gonna give you y'all money back? She done filed bankruptcy twice, and I urge the U.S. bankruptcy courts to deny any other further request for bankruptcy from these dumb peons. Stop granting them bankruptcy. Stop giving them that judgment. They're literally abusing the entire system by trying to use bankruptcies to avoid paying their debts. They've already filed bankrupt twice. In 2011 in New York and then in 2019 in Florida. They've done this. This is not even a joke. This what y'all seeing here. Securities fraud warning from Russia. Cease orders from California and Canada and now Wisconsin. And these promoters here, y'all finna start getting named. Y'all should be afraid of that and not be calling people haters. You should be more afraid of being named in a cease order. Because most of you, just because you got the right to an attorney doesn't mean that every attorney is going to take your case on either. I hope you all know that. A lot of defense attorneys don't like cases like this, especially when you're talking about wire fraud. You know why? Because your YouTube channels, your emails, your phone calls, you don't think are being recorded. Your text messages, your faxes, your social media posts, any electronic communication can and will be used against you in a court of law. Can and will be used against you in a court of law. If you go out and you get charged with wire fraud, they're going to issue a subpoena. They're going to come collect all your electronic devices. And then they're going to take you behind the court. You're going to get a trial. They're going to use all that evidence against you. And most times they're going to prove intent. Because if you are aware that these cease orders existed and that these people are scams, they're scamming other people, and you still kept promoting and recruiting people into this stupid scam, you will easily be charged and found guilty of wire fraud with intent to commit wire fraud. This is not what you want. I'm telling you all, this is not what you want. None of you will be able to stand and defend yourself. And any defense counsel you get will tell you the same thing. They hate white-collar crimes, especially when the proof and the evidence is irrefutable. You can sit here and deny it all day, but evidence is still evidence in this reality, in the world of the judicial system, in our courts, where laws are still laws and reality is still a thing, because some of y'all so caught up in a cult, you don't know what to do with yourselves. But in the land of reality here, Well, you're not going to be able to say they just hating on me when you go to court. That's not a defense. Your defense counsel will not even let you utter a word. If you go in there with that cult-like mentality, many of y'all going to snap out of it real quick. When you start getting involved with legal issues, you're going to snap out of it real quick. You're going to be like, oh, nope. Most of y'all going to be writing out speeches on how to defect. My defection speech. I denounce Novatech. Y'all gonna be writing defection speeches to go to court to try to get sympathy because you've been promoting this scam for almost 5 years, some of you all. And you got a treasure trove of evidence on your YouTube channels because you're so smart. Oh my God. That's what's so crazy about it. Most of you will not snap into reality until you're forced to do it by law. Once you get named in a cease order, don't think that this man is not going to start talking. Paul Lorenzo, don't think that he's not going to try to give information to get out of this. That's what they all do. I told you all, the fact that this little girl is sending out these messages and getting in y'all behind, y'all the cult members and y'all the ones that's funneling money into this scam. And the investors, y'all the ones that's sitting here putting y'all money into this scam. And yet she sent a message telling you all basically, can y'all please shut the hell up? Shut the hell up. Y'all not helping me at all. Shut up. She doesn't want to go to prison. You understand? She does not want to be in trouble with the law. And it's unfortunate because I don't know what else she think is going to happen out of this. When you scam people and you break laws, especially federal laws, and you commit felonies and have federal offenses lined up against you, I don't know what else you expect to happen, but this is your life. This is your reality. Paul Lorenzo sound like a slimy scam ball, but guess what? He gonna cooperate because that's what they all do, little girl. That's what they all do. That Joshua Nicholas boy, he had his own scam with him and two other people where they stole over $100 million. And guess what? He got to federal prison because he got a 51-month sentence. And he realized, I don't want to be here. There ain't nothing but murderers and getting rapists and kidnappers up in here. I don't want to be here. I don't belong here. You stole $100 million and you violated federal laws. That's exactly where you belong. That's exactly where you belong. And many of you all are going to be just like that Joshua Nicholas boy. Y'all going to be sitting here cutting deals all day with these federal judges trying to reduce your sentences in federal prison because none of you going to want to go. None of you are want to go to a federal court with any federal offenses and evidence to prove that you committed wire fraud willfully and intended to commit wire fraud to further a scam. None of you are going to want to have to defend yourselves with that. You're not going to want to have to face a federal judge in a federal court, and you certainly don't want to go to federal prison. Paul Lorenzo will cooperate if it means him avoiding prison. He is literally going to beg for probation and to pay whatever fines before going to prison because nobody is going to try to go down on behalf of Novatech. Chabu, why? Why? You have somebody that had his own scam that literally wrote a letter to a judge asking to please consider his cooperation with the SEC investigation involving Novatech. Consider that to be a predicate to get his sentence reduced. And guess what? He had an order issued and it was not even objected to by the prosecutor, by the state. U.S. versus Joshua Nicholas, they did not object to it at all. They reduced his sentence and they granted him a reduction in his sentence. That means that the evidence, his testimony, information he is providing is so credible to where it was not even objected that they reduced his time in federal prison. How is that not nobody's light bulbs clicking on yet? If you got someone that stole $100 million with two other people that on the run, the other two dudes in his scam are on the run. Can't nobody find where the hell they at. They are on the run. Remember, I told you all that. These folks don't want to go to prison. They are on the run. And he stole $100 million with two other people. And he is assisting the government agency with an investigation involving Novatech to get his time reduced. You don't want federal prison. You don't want none of that. Y'all not that big, bad, and bold. I'm telling you. Most of you cowards are going to sit and cry in a video. Why are people trying to get me locked up? No, stop doing illegal stuff and you won't be locked up. I mean, I don't understand how you think you're supposed to commit fraud all day and get away with it. That's not how it works. Nobody has time for you to steal their money. Nobody has time for you to sit here and scam them, and then all your uplines and your stupid scam promoters, and then think y'all supposed to get away with it. That's not how it works. Y'all better stop listening to these folks that's spamming your video comment sections talking about Novatech is gonna fall. They're gonna last. I pray they do. I don't pray that a scam continues to steal. That has to be the worst prayer you've ever prayed. I don't even know if God would be okay with that. It's an insult to pray that a scam prospers, that they're still allowed to steal money from people. Why would you pray that type of prayer? This isn't a blessing. This is a curse. You got 3 cease and desist orders. You got people cooperating with federal judges and federal investigations, getting their time reduced, which means that boy got some information for it to be actually granted. It was not objected to by any means. The prosecutors did not object to it. Think about that. You know how many appeals and how many requests for sentence reductions go through federal courts every day? And many of them get denied. For his to not only be granted, but it was unobjected. That boy is telling everything he knows, and what he knows is credible enough to get his 51-month sentence. This is just 4 years, 3 months here in federal prison. That I can't do this. A 30-year-old, white male, and all this other stuff, that got nothing to do with you being a felon. You broke federal laws. That's irrelevant. Your race, your age ain't got nothing to do with that when you break federal laws. You're a criminal. You go to federal prison when you violate federal laws and you get found guilty of that after your trial you were given. You go to prison, federal prison. That's the consequences of it. But to go from 51 months down to, I think, either 24 to 36 months, this boy went from 4 years, he got at least a good year knocked off. The fact that he is willing to do that, and they granted it to him, and it was unobjected, it goes to show Novatech is not getting away with anything. That boy's got some evidence. His story is credible. He's got something on these people to get a whole year knocked off of a federal prison sentence, unobjected. The proof is in that, in and of itself. This scam is just, it's so stupid and it's just so silly for anyone to think that this should be a prospering concept. I don't understand why anyone would pray for a scam to prosper. Cease orders don't lie. Legal court documents don't lie. You can call it a hater all day, but you can't use that as a defense in the federal court of law. You can't. Your defense counsel is going to be like, yeah, at this point, you can't. I don't know what else to say other than plea deal. Like if you get charged with, wire fraud, and all your videos and everything you've got, electronic communications promoting this stupid scam is used against you as evidence, surmounting evidence, And then that's not including all the people that are going to testify against you because you signed them up and brought them into a scam. Your defense can't be, they just hating on me. And it's going to be hard to even fight all of that evidence. Most defense counsel is just going to tell you, listen, we can go in, we can try to, paint the picture that you weren't aware, you weren't intending on, committing wire fraud or promoting a scam, you weren't fully aware. But then it's kind of hard to do that when you just don't want to acknowledge cease orders exist, but you were still aware that the cease orders exist. Just because you don't acknowledge it on your YouTube videos do not mean that these cease orders don't exist. They exist. They're real. Federal court systems are real. These spammers in your video comment sections talking about, oh, I just joined Novatech 3 weeks ago and I got $10,000 or $5,000 or $2,000. It's legitimate. It's good. All those spammers, most of them are not in the U.S. They could care less about our U.S. laws. They could care less about our U.S. judicial system. They could care less about these cease orders. They don't care about that. They're the ones spreading misinformation by putting these comments on YouTube and Twitter and that Telegram group and all these other posts, trying to keep people from being deterred from the scam. Because if you take your money out, or if you all start speaking up enough, these dumb peons know they are screwed. Because most of the people that are actually coming out now saying, yep, this is a scam and I've lost a lot of money to it, many of them are trying to take action, but they know it's more costly to go and file a civil lawsuit than it is to just take that as a loss. Don't let the excuse of do not get into this crypto space if you cannot afford to lose money. That's not an excuse at all. As a matter of fact, you don't see that anywhere in here. Where y'all see that at in this cease order? That stupidity that people keep telling you, that these dumb promoters and these dumb scammers keep saying, that's trying to uphold Novatech. Where y'all see that at in these cease orders? They shouldn't have invested what they couldn't afford to lose. Where y'all see that at? Where y'all see that at in this order? Show me where it says that at in this cease order. They shouldn't have invested what they could not afford to lose. Nope. That's not listed in here. You know why? Because that's not a thing. That's not something you're going to hear from a federal court judge. You understand the risk of investments, but this is not an investment. This is a scam. Point blank. Plain and simple. This is a scam. The fact that you refuse to acknowledge these orders and willfully withhold that information, misleading false statements, that is a federal crime. Promoting the scam is wire fraud. With any electronic communication, that's wire fraud. There are 4 parameters to that. You all need to watch my videos and Google it. I'm telling you. It has nothing to do with you saying that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. That stupid disclaimer is irrelevant when it comes to wire fraud. It is not a predicate that would exclude you from being charged with wire fraud. You cannot go in and claim willful ignorance. You cannot go in and say, I didn't know that this cease order existed. When you claim to be a proponent of Novatech as a promoter or some form of representation of Novatech, you cannot say you did not know that 3 cease orders did not exist. That is a lie from the pit of hell, too. You all will not be able to go in there and make that claim. Those judges are going to scoff at you. They are. They're going to laugh. And then they're going to be like, counselor, can you tell your client to just be quiet? Because, they're not helping themselves. Stop that damn lie. Don't go to court and lie. I told you all, one of the best things about lawsuits, I don't see nothing in here about don't afford what you can't lose. Ain't nothing in here about that. No judge stated that in this cease order. Didn't nobody say that in this cease order at all. Because that's not something that victims are told. The people who won their class action lawsuit against Bernie Madoff, the judge didn't tell them, well, y'all shouldn't have invested money you couldn't afford to lose. No, they were defrauded. Novatech is defrauding you. This isn't legitimate. That cryptocurrency, I mean, it's absolutely worthless. They actually have scam promoters saying that they're going to create their own meme coins and cryptocurrency because they saw a YouTube video where they were showed how to do that. And it won't even be legitimate, but they're going to charge $2,000 per meme coin. What in the heck? Girl, look, girl. This is why she's telling y'all to shut the hell up. This is why. She wants y'all to shut the hell up. These scam promoters, y'all investors, your cult members, y'all keep getting on these videos and all this other stuff. And when you go and you talk about how wealthy her and them dumb petty-ons are, her dumb husband and brother, and how, oh, it's nothing. Y'all letting these spammers in your comment sections give you these ideas that they're multimillionaires and that Novatech is somehow a multi-million-dollar company when it's really not. Because if it were, then none of you would have a problem getting an ROI payment. Because simple math says so. It's simple math. None of you would have an issue getting an ROI payment if they had that type of money. If they had that type of money, that $50,000 fine wouldn't be a big deal to them. If they had that type of money, they would not have had a problem paying back their back pay from these lawsuits they lost. See, you can't go to bankruptcy court and say, I don't have any money. I can't pay back all these debts. I can't pay back restitution. If your scam promoters are putting out videos saying, well, Novatech is a multi-million-dollar thing. The petty-ons are multi-millionaires. This ain't nothing for them. They gonna recover from this. She wants y'all to shut the hell up, because that ain't true. That ain't even true in the least bit. And she's like, y'all not helping me. I'm trying to fight this case. I can't tell the judge that I'm bankrupt if y'all keep putting out videos. I'm telling people I got all this damn money. No, the hell she don't. She wouldn't have a problem paying you idiots. They keep saying that. Everybody's not an idiot. There are a lot of victims that just want their money back and they can't get it back. But you stupid scam promoters that keep saying that, listening to these dumb spammers that are scammers really with fake YouTube accounts, and they're just copy and pasting the same comments all over the place. Trying to brush this off. Lying about getting all this money back. But then the Novatech dumb clowns paid these scammers to create these fake accounts. Little girl, get a handle on your spammers. On your scammers that's putting them comments in there. Because they got your scam promoters actually under the belief that y'all are rich. And I know y'all not. Because if y'all had the money, none of this would be an issue. They would be able to pay out all these ROI payments and keep all y'all happy. Give people back their money. And wouldn't have to worry about it collapsing if they did do that. Wouldn't have to worry about this fine. They would be able to. As a matter of fact, this is all over the fact that they just didn't want to register with the SEC. It's so stupid. But they would be doing things the right way if they actually had the liquidity to actually sustain. This scam has lasted this long because people keep putting money into it. You got scam promoters that keep recruiting people into it and lying to them and willfully withholding these cease orders from potential victims that they keep recruiting into this scam. And your YouTube channels don't say nothing about this at all. Warning, Novatech has 3 cease orders. Come in at your own risk. Y'all not even saying anything about the legal ramifications and the legal issues that Novatech has. Y'all not saying nothing about that. See, they can't call this a lie. She can't say that in her official message. She couldn't say nothing about these cease orders being a lie. Because she going to get asked about that in court. Her attorney's going to be like, you need to shut the hell up. You got the right to remain silent. Stay silent. I told y'all that in my last video. Well, I said, look, girl, you got the right to remain silent. You might want to exercise that right. Guess what she started doing? Exercising that right. She said, I ain't saying nothing. Your leadership team. You mean your legal team? Now, hopefully your legal team did not write this message because it's so incoherent and dumb. Y'all, please believe me when I tell y'all she hired an attorney after the first cease order. She probably had, attorneys on retainment. She may have had issues keeping attorneys too, because it's hard to defend this. These white collar crimes, defense attorneys will tell you it's a headache, because this is cease order number 3, because you keep doing it. You keep violating securities laws. You're not going to be able to maintain attorneys if you keep violating securities laws. You keep violating federal laws. And let's not forget about the actual wire fraud, and then the scam promoters committing wire fraud like Paul Dorenzo. Let's not forget about that. This message he got here, we trade for you, get paid every week, all this other stuff here, ain't got nothing to do with, you come in at your own risk. That's irrelevant. That's not a predicate to getting a wire fraud charge. Some of you all got this same lingo on your stupid bio sections in your YouTube channels, because you're not smart. Some of y'all literally have this same stuff posted on the about section of your YouTube channels. Not in your video descriptions, the about section of your YouTube channel. Some of y'all got this same stuff here, and you don't take it down. Why? I don't get it. What's the point in putting this up? And then you want to tell people you come in at your own risk. That's so dumb. None of these cease orders say anything about somebody coming in at their own risk. They willfully committed these infractions, these violations of these laws. Willfully. They willfully they willfully advertise themselves as a hedge fund, as some sort of cryptocurrency trading platform, unregistered securities assets. They willfully did this. Just like you stupid scam promoters keep willfully promoting the scam. That means you're willfully violating wire fraud. So you can't go to court saying, I didn't know that they had cease orders. That's a damn lie from the pit of hell. and your downlines will attest to that. Just like this ME, the petitioner here, asked this stupid scam promoter about the cease orders. He acknowledged that they existed. He just didn't care. Many of you are going to get caught up the same way because you're so smart, right? Because you're so smart. God. Girl, you got the dumbest scam promoters on earth. And y'all keep taking people's money. Y'all keep trying to recruit people into this because you know that the only way that this stupid scam goes on is if you have a continuous inflow of cash. Why don't you go and ask for a totally different type of currency? Let's see how well that go. Go get you some Mexican pesos or something. Go get some yen. That Lebanon pound. Go get that. Go get the Lebanon pound. I want to see you all bring in Lebanon pound into this scam. Good luck to that. Heard that money was just like Monopoly money. This is ridiculous. Y'all literally act like this isn't real. Oh, it's real. Your cult leader watches my videos. Why you stupid scam promoters keep kissing her butt? She don't care about y'all. She will throw y'all underneath the bus in a hot minute. And guess what? People gonna start flipping right back on her too. Because ain't nobody trying to go to federal prison over you, little girl. Ain't nobody trying to do that. You talking about not spreading fear and all this other stuff. You about as smart as a cucumber. Girl, who wrote this stupid message? That's what I want to know. Who you approved to write this? Did your dumb husband or brother do this? Was it one of your loyal cult members that wrote this? Y'all so smart because y'all keep putting stuff out, post messages and all this other stuff out that can be used against you in the court of law. I don't understand why How is this cease order misinformation or anything? It's not like like I said, she ain't talking to people like me or the FBI, the SEC. She talking to the investors and the cult members. Girl, you got a huge sack of cojones on you. She telling y'all to shut the hell up. Y'all not helping her at all. Child boo. She can't go into court talking about I'm bankrupt. I ain't got no money. Now, 20, they're going to read a transcript. They're going to say, well, this is coming from a promoter who's supposed to be a representative of Novatech, right? YouTube channel name, video posted on this day at this time at this location, because all that metadata is in your videos. And then they're going to read the transcript of what you said in your video, saying that this stupid scam nonsense is worth multiple millions of dollars. And that these stupid peons got millions of dollars in their bank account. How you think that fare well when she go to court talking about I ain't got no money? Child boo, you ain't got no money because y'all will get paid. Oh, good God. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. So I just want to show y'all this. This is I just did a Google of how much does defense counsels cost for litigations of securities fraud. Help y'all out so y'all can understand how much money that this little girl may be spending out to get an defense attorney on these types of cases. This is why I keep telling you all, I don't make this stuff up off the top of my head. Attorneys don't like to litigate these types of cases because it's so hard to defend it, especially when you have a treasure trove of evidence. But for those who do, they cost a lot of money. I just Googled this. How much does a securities attorney cost? So y'all can see this is not a joke. This is not for play. This is why she telling y'all to shut the hell up. Because every video you put out, every post, every time y'all sit here and promote this stupid scam, she got an answer to that. Because you all are carrying on as if you represent Novatech. Because I don't care about it. I hope they go to prison. But at the end of the day, it's hard for you to defend yourself. Because you all keep, putting this stuff out there that she got the answer to, her and her dumb husband, the brother, got an answer to in court. And that little girl ain't trying to do that. She probably trying to come up with a reason why she can't pay everybody back restitution in Wisconsin. Let it on, y'all. At some point, the well is going to run dry, and she won't have the money. Let's not forget the attorney costs, because she had to pay for an attorney. She probably got a whole defense team. They cost money. Y'all make sure y'all look this up and read it. I just want to show y'all the last part here. The Supreme Court has recognized that a litigant or a lawyer who recovers a common fund for the benefit of persons other than himself or his client is entitled to a reasonable attorney's fee from the fund as a whole. The percentage of the attorney fee may be something that was agreed upon between the attorney or the client at the start of the litigation or to be determined later. The percentage varies depending upon if and at what stage of the litigation the case settled, time and resources put in by the attorney, level and complexity of the case, risk of litigation, and public policy considerations. Courts may also consider empirical data to determine how much the securities attorneys get paid. For example, from 2010 to 2019, the median fees for settlements between $10 and $25 million were 25% of the total recovery. Usually, the securities attorneys can get reimbursed for out-of-pocket costs and expenses over and above the attorney's fees. Usually, the securities attorneys can get reimbursed for out-of-pocket costs and expenses over and above the attorney fees. So they could claim attorney fees and then also get other out-of-pocket costs and expenses reimbursed to them. The court may approve the requested attorney's fees or reduce it based on any objections or its own accord based on the record of the litigation. Once the attorney fees are decided, the terms of the settlement may govern how and when the attorney fees are received by the securities attorneys. Y'all, they paying out the ass. They are paying out the wazoo for their attorneys. Their attorneys are not for play. The attorney's fees are not for play. They can't afford you all the restitution, the fines from the SEC, and attorney's fees. They just can't afford it. You're talking about having to spend, what, $10, $20, $30 million towards litigation costs and recovery settlements, all that. Think about this. Bernie Madoff settled the class action that sued him and was successful. They settled for about 130, 140 million or something like that. But the attorneys get at least 10, 20% of that. That's not cheap. And he tried to hide money when his 20+ year scam failed and collapsed. He tried to hide money. And it didn't work. They literally found that they will find your assets. They will find all your accounts. They will find out where you hiding money. And they will come for you. Do not think they're getting away with it. If you all want to file a lawsuit or do a class action, if you meet the parameters to do class actions, I encourage you to, at the very least, ensure that you get their dumb behinds deposed under oath. Because to me, that's the most pivotal part of it. If they perjure themselves, they will go to prison. They will go to jail. It's perjury under oath. It's got to be one of the most insulting things that the courts have deemed that you can do. So to go into court, get under oath, and then lie like hell, that's a federal offense. That's a felony. You going to prison. And you can get discovery of materials. I went over that in my cease and desist orders video. It's like 2.5 hours where I talk about wire fraud and securities fraud as well. And I go through the parameters of each of those charges. You guys need to please check that out. I encourage you to do your research as well. And stuff like this is stuff that I just Googled. I mean, just so you can understand why they don't have money to give you all, because they're having to pay out for their attorneys. They got attorneys. They have attorneys. They got 3 cease orders. They've had to pay restitution. They got attorneys. What they don't like is these stupid scam promoters going on in videos and putting up more evidence of wire fraud, and as well as trying to represent Novatech, saying they got all these millions of dollars when they may be telling the judge in court, which is, this is reality for them. This is their reality. Y'all can keep playing if y'all want, but this is reality. But they go to court and probably tell the judge, I ain't got no money. Sam Bankman-Fried tried that same nonsense. He went from being worth $1.4 billion with a B, as in boy, $1.4 billion, to filing bankrupt and then telling the judge, the courts, I only have $100,000 to my name. This is Sam Bankman-Fried, who had $1.4 billion. What the hell y'all think gonna happen with Novatech, the scam, that may have had what? I don't know how many millions. Because this is, they can't do this. They can't do this and pay all y'all. Ponzi scams are not designed for everybody to get paid anyway. Plus restitution and civil fees from the SEC. And this is not even, the criminal charges haven't even dropped yet. I just don't get it. Oh, Lord, y'all better listen. Y'all better read and understand some stuff. The scam promoters and investors sitting here, the cult members, y'all, she gonna keep throwing y'all underneath the bus. She don't care about how none of y'all feel. She don't care about how nobody feels in this, how anybody has been scammed. You need to report your uplines as well. Some of these uplines are proclaiming to have gotten hundreds to thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars out of this scam. Report their ass. Sue them as well and increase the chances of you getting more of your money back. get them deposed under oath, and make sure that when you go to court, you bring all their videos, all their posts, emails, recorded phone calls. If they refuse to talk to you, they ignoring you, make sure you get all the evidence you can. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to have a real defense to any of this. I encourage you all to read and research. Do what you have to do to get your money back. I literally hate that this is happening to so many of you all. I also hate that they're violating cease orders as well, because they're still recruiting in California, Wisconsin, and in Canada. They're literally still recruiting victims into this. And in those 2 states and a whole nother country, they got cease and desist orders in. It's like they ain't learned nothing. But the scam promoters are making it hard as well, because you all keep promoting people, trying to bring in that fresh money, because you know once that stops flowing, y'all are done for. So report them. Report them. I tweet all my videos to the SEC and the FBI and the FTC anyway, so good luck to that. All right. Deuces.